Okay, I'm continuing into the maths and trying to make this as primarily exciting and colorful as possible. There is some interesting things that happen here if you go to render, but you do tend to lose. It won't go to render while it's spinning, so let me just turn that off and leave that. But if I go to render, it's okay for a while. If I choose the items that need to render, I believe they'll come up, but I might have taken them off. What is happening here? Well, not working in render, I apologize. But here are the colors in the bar charts. Going into the maths, I had it working, but I had a problem with the renders. So I'm just using my colorful ways of viewing, and I'll show you this very simple script. What I wanted to do is get my head around find domain, includes, and divide domain, the three nodes that I hadn't been using in my maths, even though I went through all of these. And so I just wanted to go back and highlight those before going into the construct2 domain. What I've done is built three different domains, and they kind of take off where the other one ends off. And that's a good way to construct them and then merge them. But I wanted to use the find domain. So I said find domain, find the domain that has this number in it. If it does, it so chooses that. So it chooses list item 0, 1, or 2. And then in choosing those list items, it divides that domain into sections. And it says, okay, include. And I have to dance around with the find domain, the neighbor, which is closest to it, if it turns up false. So you got to get a little bit into Boolean knowledge, a little bit into number knowledge, and a little bit into domain knowledge. And that's the whole point of this exercise in the script if you get it from GitHub. So as that moves, these numbers change, and as it gets smaller, it makes a decision on the bar charts. One like that, one like that, and one like that, because there's three domains. So it's kind of cool to choose it. I think this one's the most exciting. And then with that, you can choose your domain again here as we go through and say, listen, I'm choosing a domain and how far I want to expand it out. And instead of just having a number and choosing, I thought it would be good to be parametrically tied to the value of is that included in the domain, which gives you an includes and gives you a deviation if not. And of course, the deviation gives you a number. And then you can start playing with the domains that go into those boxes. And even though we started this whole script with the idea of or at least I thought I started it with a domain box, but I ended up keep pushing that domain box farther on the script because I wanted to get more and more attributes, more and more parametric modeling involved in it. So as I move this, you'll see it has to obey that and go all the way back to that nice multiple layer because I have a certain width on it, 5, but I'm able to just push and pull this around to have a pretty cool script. And of course, if I change this number to a lower value and pull it into here, I'll have the same type of domain, but it's not as exciting to look at. I think it's fun when it chooses the final domain. I also have the count item, so I can loose that and have less items on the list. But this is basically playing visually and artistically and creatively with something that is bar graphs. I mean, but I want to have. I know you could code and script and find things for people, but you basically wanted to get in there and understand the concludes command. I wanted to know the find domain and how it worked, and I wanted to apply it, and I wanted the divide domain. And that's basically what I did. So as we go in and scan down to the end of it, I just threw it into another explode tree, allowing for more to be colorfully adapted. And then I'm just playing with some visualizations now because I was tired of going the rendering. I may as well write them into my script. And even though this is complete nonsense, it's fun for me to just throw at the end to just color up different things while it's still in the mode. I've kind of gotten tired of just selecting, just basic colors as I went through, like leaving it a blue and an orange. But that's a nice little script, map domains, and we can get into the domains too. Once again, another 3-4 minute script. That's all you need. Be creative, learn your nodes, make something fun. And I'm just keeping it primary and colorful to start. And of course, I could change my domain, which is going to alter what happens and the choices that can happen within it. And there will actually be some script busting if I go too far. And I think certain domains override depending on the numbers of it. So if I move this one out, you can see it starts to affect that other one on top. It starts to pull into that one because I've affected the domains. But anyhow, it's just dealing with find domains and dealing with multiple domains to actually build some geometries. I think it's pretty cool, and that's probably the slider that's the most exciting to use, and it makes this kind of fun little geometric shape. All right, thanks so much.